Minecraft and Pokemon, two of the most popular games in history. What happens when you combine the two together? You get Minecraft Pixelmon. And in this video, I will be taking you on a journey with me for the next 100 days. The server I'm going to be playing on is play.pokesaga.org, and make sure when you join the server to run over to the Galaxy realm and click this to join me. In the description below is a tutorial that you can use to learn how to come and play with me on the server. But to make things different from my last Pixelmon journey, which you can check out in the description below, this time I will be doing a Nuzlocke challenge, which makes the game a lot harder using the following rules. If one of your Pokemon faints, then that Pokemon is considered dead and is gone forever. You can only catch the first wild Pokemon you see in each biome. If that first wild Pokemon faints or flees the scene, you do not gain an additional shot. Trainers must give a nickname to all of their Pokemon to form a stronger emotional bond. And finally, trainers may only use Pokemon they captured themselves. So that means trading is not allowed unless it's needed to evolve one of my Pokemon. And with those rules in mind, these are my goals for the next 100 days. Catch 100 Pokemon. Level up 6 Pokemon to 100. Complete a Poke Hunt. Create a Slash Warp Grape for all of you to come and play with me. Catch a shiny Pokemon. Catch a legendary Pokemon. Defeat a legendary or ultimate boss. And finally, the toughest one of them all. Beat a gym leader. This video took me a lot of time to make, so if you do enjoy this at any point, then be sure to smash that like button and subscribe and click the notification bell if you're new around here. And without further ado, let's get started. And so our journey begins. We're here on the server. I head out into the central plaza, finding the donor shop where I could walk on inside. It is time to buy myself some Pokeballs so we can catch our very first Pokemon. So I head out into the wild and I look for my first Pokemon. What will it be? I will attempt to catch the Zubat, but what will happen? Will I catch it? No, of course not. Our next Pokemon we saw was a Rattata. We're gonna see if we can catch that. Of course not, so we have to go to yet another new biome. By a river, I found this core fish that I threw my Pokeball at, and what do you know? We have finally caught our first Pokemon in the series, a core fish. As you know, I must nickname every single Pokemon I use, so we're gonna nickname our buddy Cory. The core fish. He needs Elite XP to level up. Some more exploring, I found this Pokeball that had a calcium inside, and when I turned around, there was a snake on the ground, or should I say Ekans. We threw our Pokeball at the Ekans to see if we could catch it, and that we did. We have caught our second Pokemon in our party. This time we're gonna name our Ekans Eek. And of course, I find another Rattata and a new biome, and this time I managed to catch it, meaning we have a third Pokemon. This time I'm gonna nickname him Tater Tot. I don't know why, I was hungry. Speaking of hungry, I found somebody's potato plants that I couldn't turn into Tater Tots since they claimed their spot. So we walked away a little bit and we found a little river next to their house, finding an Arrokuda in the water. We managed to capture it and I named it Arrow because, well, let's be honest, it looks like an arrow. I even found a Great Ball in one of these Pokeball loots that'll help me catch a Pokemon, but before we do that, we gotta punch some wood. This is Minecraft after all. We gotta get some stone tools and head back out into the jungle, finding a Venipede, which we are going to get lucky enough to catch. There we go. We have yet another Pokemon in our party. We gotta name our buddy Vanito. Trying to catch my last Pokemon, I found this Rhyhorn. It was time to use this Great Ball, but for some reason, he did not want me to catch him. He just kept running away. Finally tracking him down, I threw my Great Ball, trying to catch this Rhyhorn. Unfortunately, he broke free. So I head off into a cave. It is time to get some basic materials like iron and stuff. Whilst mining, I came to a dead end and found a Woobat right at the end. It just straight up disappeared. I have no idea where it went. I even started mining in the wall, but luckily it managed to catch. We nicknamed it Woo! And at the end of day 1 and 2, we have a full party of Pokemon. I am so excited to get this journey going. Day 3, it is time to go to Slash Warp training to get my levels up on my Pixelmon, because as you know, if any of them do fall in battle, I lose them forever. So I have to make sure that does not happen, and we are going to be training to make sure that doesn't. So I took on my first battle of the 100 days, and there we go. We took it out with the bubble beam, nice and easy. This one battle was actually so crazy with this this Kamala. I got my eek really low right here. I was afraid I was just about to lose it, so we had to switch out to another Pokemon. We sent out our Venito. Venito takes a bit of damage, but I also need to switch out to another Pokemon. I am not losing any of these guys. So we sent out Corey to get the job done. He hits the attacks, and he takes out the Kamala. A little more training has gone by on my Tater Tot, and for that, we are going to get an evolution. Our first of the series, we have our Tater Tot, and now he actually kind of looks like one. And the last battle has taken place, reaching all of my Pokemon to level 20 at the end of day 3. Day 4 through 6, it's time to find a place to call home, and I found this little floating island with a tree on it. I have to find a place to put all this junk away, so we're gonna build a little shack. But first, I found this little Ultra Ball, and inside it, we have a zoom lens, which I'll just use to put on my Pokemon. I found these trees half cut down, so I decided, you know what, finish the job. I hate floating trees. But whilst I was doing that, I actually found this Master Ball loot. There were some boots, some heavy-duty boots, actually. I thought the boots were for me for a second, but obviously not. I went to go put them on a Pokemon, and there we go. An Ekans with boots, because that makes sense. Well, it looks like there was a cave right beside that Master Ball loot, so I jumped into the cave to get myself some new tools, some sapphire ones at that. So in order to claim, you need a gold shovel on this server. But fortunately for me, I figured out you could just buy a piece of gold, so that I did, so I could claim my new area. This nice little hill right here, I feel like could be a perfect spot for a shack that goes inside, kind of like a hobbit hole. So I dug a hole into this wall, and I made myself a little hobbit hole shack, and I think it looks really nice, to be honest. I am quite happy with the build I made. I called it the Grapple Shack V1. If you actually know about Grapple Shack, then you're actually the most OG viewer I could ever imagine, so shout out to you. But here's the inside of my little shack. Nothing special at the moment. I went back outside and saw that there was an ultimate Wooloo boss right outside my house that I'm just not even able to battle yet. I threw out my Woo to try and put him side by side to him, and I thought I just got into a battle with it. Luckily, it was just a low-level Ekans. So I took out the Ekans back to work. And that I did. I headed back to Warp training for a few more days to get some more levels up on my Pokemon. A Blissey gave me a lucky egg, which really helps with leveling up as well. And speaking of leveling up, we have our next evolution in the 100 days. And there he is. He is now evolved, and look how great he looks now. He is ready to go. What is that? Another evolution. We have Eek this time. There we go. We have 2 evolutions already. I battled a Miltank that was actually giving me a bit of trouble here. Oh my gosh, I almost got 1 hit. Down to 1 HP on my Woo. We managed to save him though. I got him out of the battle just in time to get my Corey back out there to finish the job. That was a close call. And there we go. We have our next evolution. We have Arrow evolving. I mean, he still looks like an arrow. Let's not lie. Yet another evolution. We have Venito evolving. And there he is standing right behind me looking cool. He is going to evolve for a second time. These are like back to back within minutes of each other. He has evolved into his final form. You love to see it there. So I figured out I can't actually evolve my Woo until he reaches a certain level of happiness. So in order to get his happiness level up, I had to leave him out of the Pokeball for a very long time because you get happiness for every minute or so they stay out of the Pokeball. So after a long enough time, we finally managed to reach the amount of happiness I needed to level up my Woo. And there he is, a Swoobat looking really epic. Day 11 through 12, we headed back to spawn. It's time to start using some keys I got on the server. I actually voted a bunch of times and got myself a Master Ball from the vote keys and these new running boots that'll help me run a lot faster, some other tools to use on the server. Finally, I used my skill crate to get 50 tokens. Now it's time to attempt an easy hunt to try and complete a goal of these 100 days. We need to find a female gender Mewtwo? I don't know how to pronounce that, man. We went out to a beach to try and find one of these, and of course, the first thing I find is a Magikarp, so we had to go to another beach. This time, I was punching this piece of wood, and what do you know? I turn around, and what is it that I see? There is a Pyukumuku right there, but unfortunately, it's male, so we have to search yet again. With enough time has passed, I have managed to find a female-gendered Pyukumuku finally, so we throw our Pokeball at it, and let's see, do we get the catch? Yes, we do. We have completed an objective on our 100 days, we have completed a Poke Hunt, which made it even harder being that this is Nuzlocke. A bit away from that beach, I found this random house that actually was unclaimed, and there was this sign here saying, claim this house with a golden shovel. So I'm going to leave the coords on screen right now. If you'd like to come and claim this free house, feel free to do it and finish it up. Now it's time to catch more Pokemon. As you can see, I've only caught 14 so far. We need to catch 100. So now I'm going across every biome I could find to try and catch the first Pokemon I see. The first one we get in this biome was a Caterpie. And also, before I forget, I gotta name my Pukumuku. We named it Pukey. I went back into the caves to get some more resources, and hey, what is that, a Ghastly? I haven't caught you yet. So you know we had to go ahead and throw a Great Ball at one of those and capture him. And finally, after a long few days of catching, we have caught our final Pokemon to get up to 25 Pokemon caught. Back to my house for some sleep. We woke up on the morning of day 16. It's a beautiful sunrise, and wait, what is that? Oh my goodness, it's an ultimate Beedrill at my house. What is with these ultimate bosses just sitting right outside my house? Since we can't battle him, I headed back into a cave to get some more resources, and I found my first diamonds in the 100 days. I mean, diamonds never get old. I don't care how many times you mine them. It's always exciting. And after a long mining session, you can see all of the stuff I've got will be good for a long time with these resources. So I went back to my house. I got everything smelted up, and there we go. I've collected everything. And Tater Tot, what are you doing on my bed? You're not allowed on my bed, dude. There we go. This is all the smelted resources we got from our mining trip. And Tater Tot, are you seriously back on my bed, dude? This is not cool. You know what? I'm gonna have to craft him his own bed. There you go. You get your own bed, and there, I'll take this bed, okay? Now I need to train up my speed here on day 18 through 20. We have this power anklet, which will give me some extra speed. So I went and defeated a bunch of Pokemon. I found this wood mail, by the way. You know, I had to type wood. Uh-oh, we're gonna have to battle our first boss on the server now, aren't we? This is one I think I could take out. Let's do this. A level 63 Deerling versus my Woo. Let's see what we could do to it. Let's hit it with a Psychic. It does some decent damage, and so does their tackle. But I think I should be able to win with these Psychics. I'm doing a lot more damage here. Let's just see if this final attack does it. And there we go. We have taken out our first boss on the server. And here is pretty much the final speed stats for all of my Pokemon here. I spent a lot of time training these guys, but we need that speed to make sure we can attack first. Day 21 through 25, we're back out to exploring in the world. We found this nice little village, and in that we had a trainer we could battle from Team Magma. Let's throw out our Woo and hit him with some Psychics, and well, he just blew himself up with the Claydol for some reason, winning me the battle. Whilst in the wild, I was collecting these yellow and black apricorns so I can try and make some Ultra Balls, and eventually I found this Abra right here in the forest. We gotta try and catch it. Let's do a little sneak attack and throw that Great Ball. We got him inside. Hopefully this catches. Come on, we snuck up on the Abra. This would be great. And we got ourselves an Abra. Let's go. We had to nickname this one AB. It was kind of a special Pokemon to me. I just couldn't stay out of the caves. I found yet another cave. This one had a mine shaft in it, so I thought I might find some good stuff. And there was some good stuff indeed. We found this Sableye. We had to lower his health first in order to throw this Great Ball at him, and let's see if we catch him. And yes, we do. We have ourselves a Sableye. We had to nickname him Saddle. I don't know why. Where did these nicknames? I found a minecart chest, and no, it didn't have a saddle in it, but it had some other random stuff. And around the corner of this mine, we found some gold and diamonds chilling right by each other. Back up to the surface, I found this little gym out in the wilderness. I'm not gonna battle it now, but I think this is the gym I will be battling at the end of the episode. Instead of battling a gym, I took back to some more trainer battles that I just managed to really take out pretty easily. But my goal here is still to catch Pokemon, so you know what, we're doing that in between exploring. I met up with a villager who was asking me if I had any bread, so I walked 3 feet to his farm, got him some bread, and I threw the bread at him, and unfortunately he just did not want it, so why you lie? Back out into the world to catch some more Pokemon. We got this Trapinch here. Let's see if I can catch this Trapinch here, and oh my gosh, we just got one hit. He's super effective, hit my Eek, and that is it for the entire series for Eek. I couldn't believe that we just lost our first Pokemon in this series. Even though Trapinch has defeated my Eek, I still thought it was necessary to try and capture it And that we did. We captured a Trapinch, but unfortunately our Eek is now gone forever. We had to put it in box 80 where it'll live with all the other fainted Pokemon. I nicknamed my Trapinch the 1-2 pinch, you know, 1-2 punch. And it looks like 1-2 pinch will be taking the spot of Eek in my party. I managed to catch up to 35 Pokemon now. Back to my area, and once again we have another boss just chilling out here. They're taunting me so bad. I need to beat one of these by the end of this video. I promise you I will. Luckily for me, there was a trainer outside of my house, so I just battled them instead of that giant ultimate boss. Next, it's time to plant some acorns so I could use the black and yellow acorns to craft up some Ultra Balls, because Pokeballs really aren't cutting it. Let's do some other design around my area. I made this little stair set to the top of this hill right here, and I thought it would also be nice to add a little waterfall in from that floating birch tree island on top of my house. Made a little stair set to the pond at the bottom, and we have this little area that I flattened out where I'm going to be putting a grave for our Eek. We're going to throw in the heavy duty boots that Eek was wearing, and there we go. We have a gravestone for our first fallen Pokemon, Eek. Rest in peace. Now it's time to open up some area underneath my house. I'm going to make a storage room down here pretty soon, but in the meantime, let's also craft up some Ultra Balls, and to do that, we're going to need some stuff like an anvil. Let's craft up an anvil. We'll smelt the apricorns just like that. To get these smelted apricorns, you craft them together like that to get the Ultra Ball discs, and you can do iron like that to get the base of the Pokeball. Then you put the bases on these anvils and you smack them out for a very, very long time. And after a long time, we get ourselves some Ultra Balls. Back outside, I figured out I could actually ride my arrow on land, and wow, is he ever so fast. I was just laughing so hard. Look how fast he is just gliding around on land. That makes perfect sense. There we go. We have this little stair set to finish, and my area is pretty much completed for now. Yet another ultimate boss. They just will not leave me alone. I spent a lot of time harvesting these apricorns and smelting them all up to get a ton of Ultra Balls, and now that is my plan. Let's craft these up together, get a ton of these Ultra Ball discs. Let's spend a long time smacking these out on the anvil, and finally we can craft up a good amount of Ultra Balls. I also wanted to make a purple bed to decipher mine from Tater Tots, so let's place that down. And as you can see, we have finished with a little over 2 stacks of Ultra Balls. And again, while I was harvesting, what is that? Another Beedrill ultimate boss, and not just one. We have a legendary and an ultimate Beedrill boss in my area. This is just crazy. They're taking over my little flower forest here. Y'all can have all the pollen you want, Beedrills. I am not gonna mess with you, but just let me be, please. Back to Warp EV. It is time to train up some more speed on our Trapinch. We got it up to 36, which is still very slow. And whilst we were training him up, we got him to evolve into a Vibrava. Check him out. That is such a sweet Pokemon. And the stats are looking pretty nice on him. Let's try another easy hunt here. Let's go for a female Remoraid. And whilst we were looking for that, we found another trainer. It's time to battle. We're gonna hit him with some super effective attacks. This is a close level battle, but my attacks are just way too good. Using my final attack to take out their Pokemon, and what I found after that was actually a Pokemon I wanted to catch, this Honedge. So we threw an Ultra Ball at it. Let's see if this Ultra Ball is quite Ultra or not. And there we go. We have caught it on the first try. That's what I like to see. We gave it a nickname, Your Honor, and we battled another trainer here at this village. Yet another trainer taken down, getting me a ton of XP in the process. Luckily, we found a Remoraid, but unfortunately, it was male. So, you know what? Take it out. We have to find another one. And that we did. We found another one in the water here in a different biome. And there we go. A female one has been found and caught. We had to nickname our Remoraid Lemonade. There we go. We have completed yet another one of these. And whilst I was in my PC, I actually found this random egg for some reason. I have no clue how it even got there. But we're gonna check out this egg. Actually, let's just put this egg in my party. I'm curious to see what it hatches into, actually. Some more time has passed. I've been running around, and as you can see, the egg has cracked a little bit, but it still needs more time to hatch. So in the meantime, we're gonna be looking for a Phoebus. And while I was running around in this swamp biome, I didn't even notice, but my egg had actually hatched. And there you go. We got a level 1 Dracozolt. I'm not even sure how that's possible, where that even came from. We nicknamed it Dre. Still not knowing where that came from. We just went back to the swamp to try and find a Phoebus. That just was not happening. No matter how long I looked, no matter how many swamp biomes I visited, the first Pokemon I saw was not a Phoebus. But luckily, during my exploring, I did find this little Ultra Ball that inside had an XP key share, which I attached to our Dre. I had a feeling that the Dre came from a vote key or something, so I actually moved it out of my party. I felt it wouldn't really fit the narrative for a Nuzlocke challenge, and it's time to train our Pokemon all up to level 50. So that we did. We went to Warp EV, we went to Warp Training, but whilst we were doing that, my 1-2 pinch is evolving into its final form, the Flygon. Such an epic Pokemon, man. And there we go. At the end of the day, we have the Pokemon all up to level 50. 46 through 49. I'm at 41 Pokemon caught. We need to get that up to 50 Pokemon caught, so I set back out to the wilderness to catch some more, and I found this XP all in a Master Ball loot. One of the best items you can get. It gives all of your Pokemon XP, no matter if they were in the battle or not. And again, I found some heavy-duty boots, which just made me sad. I miss Eek, man. And somehow 10 seconds later, as I'm running around, I find an Ekans, which just makes me even more sad, so I had to catch it. And I nicknamed this one Boots in honor of Eek. Let's catch this final Pokemon here. We got a Surskit out in the swamp. There we go, 50 Pokemon have been caught. I'm starting to get way too many items, so I thought it was about time to start building this storage room. So I set up some wood around the outskirts, spent a lot of time, and there is our storage room. We gotta add these item frames in as well so we can organize stuff, and that I did. I spent a lot of time clearing out my chests, organizing them all. Looks nice. Next, I wanted to check out a new place on the server called Warp Nexus. And if you go here, people can set up their own stores that have stuff. For instance, we have Kiwi's Mall right here, which just about has every item in the game that you could ever want. So if you're ever looking for something, definitely come to the Warp Nexus. I had to check out the Nexus competition winner to see how awesome their best shop is. And wow, there is some cool stuff like these paintings up here as well. They even sell Pokemon that you could buy. Pretty cool place here. Definitely worth going. And wait, what is that? A mug? I'm gonna take that right now. Let's buy it. I have a mug. Cool. I came across this shiny Poliwag, which I thought was a shiny, so I threw my Pokeball at it to try and catch it, realizing this was a level 97 legendary boss. So now we are stuck in a battle, and he got my Corey down to 7 HP. Luckily, I was able to save him before he was gone forever. And speaking of close calls, woo, is down to 1 HP. Can you believe how close that was? So I had to switch out to the 1-2 pinch. I'm hoping that we could do some damage here with an Earthquake. We got quite low ourselves, and so was he. This is a very close battle, ladies and gentlemen. I just hope that none of my Pokemon go down in the process. Let's send out Arrow to finish the job, and I went to go to attack him, and unfortunately, another Pokemon of mine has gone down. Rest in peace, Arrow, man. We have to make it worth it for him and take out this Poliwag. Let's send out Veneto, but he takes a lot of damage. He's down to 8 HP, and luckily, Veneto's attack finishes off the Poliwag, and we have defeated a legendary boss, completing another objective on our list. But unfortunately, it cost us one of my favorite Pokemon. Rest in peace, Arrow. We gotta build him up a grave now. We're gonna put an arrow inside the grave. It's only fitting, and there is his little gravestone right there. Let's put him into box 80 with our Eek. Rest in peace. Now we must sub in Your Honor into my party. We need to go ahead and train him up, so that is what I did. We got him up to level 50. So now that all my Pokemon are at least level 50, I think it's about time to build up our /warp grape. I need to build a little spot for y'all to come and hang out at when you first come to the warp. So I put down this nice little platform here that can get everybody started when they come over here. But make sure you come to /warp grape. I need to see all of you coming here and building with me. It'll be awesome. Back to exploring in the world. I am flying on my woo, and we found these random signs in the world that totally make sense. And I even found this giant sushi roll while exploring somebody's house. Great, now I'm hungry. Now it's back to Warp EV to try and train our stats on Your Honor. We got the speed up quite well, as well as the defense. We got from 185 to 189. And here's the before stats on the Flygon compared to the after stats. We're getting these guys a lot stronger, including the Woo as well. Day 65 through 70, I spent trying to catch a bunch of Pokemon. We're at 53 right now. I need to get all the way up to 75 during this time. We got ourselves a Machop. Again, I found another boss battle to take over. The Diglett goes down pretty easy this time and got me a Scroll of Waters, which is just a decoration. And here we go. We found our last Pokemon to catch in this forest. It was a Teddy Ursa, so let's go ahead and capture that. And we have now made it up to 75 Pokemon caught. Now it's time to get back to /warp training. It's time to get our Pokemon all up to level 75 at least. So that is what I did. I threw them out there, got some training done, and at the end of the day, we have all of our Pokemon at least to 75. 75. Day 77 through 81, I'm back at the spawn. I got a bunch more of these crate keys that I'm gonna open here. Let's see what we get. If anything good, we got a bunch of money here from these skill crates and 100 tokens from the event crate, as well as this god axe that is just way better than anything I have. I caught this Goldine in the wild as well. It'll come in handy in a bit. You'll see why. Just stay tuned. I got back to my house and I thought, you know what? Let's make a bike. Why not? I had that Dawnstone from before, so I made myself an acro bike. I made all the parts it needs and I went ahead and put it together. We have our very own bike. Like, I'm just saying, this thing is pretty cool. Take a look at it on the ground. But let's also hop on it and take it for a little bit of a test drive here. Pretty sweet bike. It's got some hops too. I built a mailbox out front of my house that actually doesn't do anything at all, so that's cool. Can't even put mail in it. And here's where the Goldine comes in handy. I'm battling this Hitmontop that I'm trying to catch using the Goldine, but the Goldine does go down, and that is where we need to make another grave, and we also have to nickname it. But first, let's catch this Hitmontop. We finally got it. That is a Pokemon I really wanted, but we got ourselves a new Hitmontop, which I nicknamed Don't Hit Me. And there we go. We caught our final Pokemon of this exploring session. 82 Pokemon caught. Wait, what is that button over there? Let's see what this does. Day 82, I figured out you can automate the anvil process using these mechanical anvils. I wish I figured this out sooner because, well, it makes it really easy to make Ultra Balls. I just put the discs in there and it smashes them out for me. Let's get outside. We need to make our gravestone for Goldie, and there it is. We have 3 gravestones for our fallen Pokemon. I want to grab pictures of all my Pokemon just in case they go to the grave, so I crafted up a camera to take pictures of each of them so I could put in an item frame above the grave if they do happen to go down. And that's what it would look like. Spent some time waiting for these mechanical anvils to cook me up some Ultra Balls, and I crafted a little over 4 stacks of these things. It's time to keep training my Pokemon. This Charizard did not seem to want to battle me. He just flew away, but he came back down. We got the battle I wanted against this Charizard. He got my 1-2 pinch down to 5 HP. I had to switch him out to our Woo to finish off the job. Thank you very much. And there we go. All of our Pokemon are at least to level 80 now at this point. And after I was checking out my levels, I saw this random boss in the sky, a level 138 Latias. This is going to be the most intense battle so far in this video. He gets our 1-2 pinch down to 13 HP, but luckily my attacks are doing super effective damage to him, so he is quite low as well. He gets our Woo down quite low as well. I have to keep switching out my Pokemon. I am not losing any of these guys at this point. Let's get Tater Tot out there to do another super effective attack, but he got me down to red HP again. I had to switch him out. He gets my Veneto to red HP. I'm starting to lose hope here. When I switched Corey in, Latias used a charm attack, which doesn't do any damage, therefore giving me the big damage attack from Corey, a super effective one to defeat a 138 Latias. Absolutely intense battle. I wasn't sure it was gonna happen. We got a Dragon Scale, Rare Candy, a Grisius Orb, and a Latias site. But we also got a Keystone from this battle, which I was super hyped about. I'm not gonna pick the sunglasses like last time you all yelled at me, so I got myself the bracelet this time, which gives me the ability to Mega Evolve my Pokemon now. Back to training here. I want to get everything to level 100, and our first Pokemon to reach level 100 was our buddy Woo. And finally, we got Your Honor up to level 100, and that means everyone in my party is up to level 100. Why don't you take a look at that? A lot of grind work, but it was well worth it. Once I got back home to my house, I grabbed a bunch of random items I've been picking up, and I put them on the Pokemon that I thought it would help the most, and we went back out to catching more Pokemon. We need to get up to 100 Pokemon caught. We're only at 84 right now. Some time has gone by. We've been catching Pokemon. I got this Silicobra. We're up to 96 caught, getting very close. So I activated this incense, which will help me spawn even more Pokemon. And we found a level 110 Deerling who almost took out Corey. I gotta stop battling these bosses. But wait, what is that key thing in front of me? I have never seen that Pokemon in my life. So let's defeat this Deerling here. We defeated another one, getting ourselves an old rod, by the way, so we could fish. We went up to this Clef Key that I have never seen before, and we had to use an Ultra Ball to capture that thing. Add it to the party. We're up to 98. And our last Pokemon we found here to catch our 100th one was this little Cubone right here. Will the Ultra Ball work? We have reached 100 Pokemon caught. Another objective complete. Back out to Warp EV to do a final bit of training before we take on our first boss battle on the server. It took a lot of training, but you know what? It's gonna be worth it once we defeat this boss. Day 97 and 98, I wanted to clean up the rest of my house, so we organized a bit more, crafted a bunch of purple furniture, including this purple letter box that just also does not work with mail. What is with mailboxes not working? Can't ever get enough purple, including this water float. That's pretty sweet. And I ended the day harvesting more of the apricorns. Day 99, it is time that we finally take on a gym battle. I have been nervous for this day the entire time. We talked to the gym greeter and we went up to our first boss battle. We have a level 100 Kling Klang versus the 1-2 Pinch level 100. We took him out in one hit, and luckily this thing is just so good. My earthquakes were doing so much damage to him. I pretty much one-hit everything he was throwing out at me. He kept healing himself on this last scissor too, but eventually I earthquaked him out of there, winning the first battle. On to the second battle here. This earthquake is just so good at this gym. I cannot get over it. Earthquakes are taking out all of their Pokemon here in pretty much one hit. The Empoleon goes down in one hit as well. Another trainer is down. We're getting closer to the final battle. The second to last before the final boss. This one was a bit tough here. He got me quite low, but those earthquakes are still coming in clutch. I bought a bunch of max potions. I wasn't gonna lose any of my Pokemon here. Keep spamming the earthquake like that's the only attack I know. Keep using those max potions whenever I can. And eventually I earthquaked his scissor out of there, leaving an Empoleon right in front of me. Let's see if we could earthquake him. It didn't one-hit him this time, but luckily we got him on the second hit before he defeated me. And the same thing with Magnezone. That was actually a one hit. And we have defeated the second to last. Now there's only one person standing in my way to acquire this first gym badge. It's the final leader. Let's go into this battle. Make sure I got the earthquake on the ready. Make sure I got those. Oh my goodness, he's got a big Skarmory. What the heck? His Skarmory got huge, but luckily I have a ton of max potions. I was not letting any of my Pokemon go down. I kept healing up until his Skarmory shrunk in size once again. My attacks were not very good on his Skarmory here, but luckily he wasn't doing too much damage to me, so I kept doing these not very effective attacks and healing myself up until we could take him out. Well, it looks like he has another Skarmory that he threw out, so we're gonna have to do the same thing to this one. And eventually we took him out, but we're in the red HP now. Let's use that potion. We got a Lucaria on the battlefield. Let's see what that earthquake does. It is definitely super effective. He holds on with 1 HP due to his focus sash. Now he's doing some big damage to me. I have to keep spamming these potions, but luckily sends out another Pokemon. This time where I could use the earthquake, getting a bunch of good damage here. I risked that last hit. I could have gone down there, but heck it. Just gotta go in for that Lucario there. The earthquakes are just too good. And this looks like it could be his last Pokemon. The Probopass gets hit with an earthquake that puts him down to 1 HP. He hung on with an item once again, so I had to heal myself up to go in for this final earthquake attack. Oh, look who's back. The Skarmory. I thought he was gone forever. Took him out with that hit. And finally he sends out one more Lucario, which I just one hit with an earthquake. And there we go. We have defeated a gym leader, getting us the Mine badge. That feels so good. I can't believe we didn't lose any of our Pokemon there. I'm so glad I bought those potions. And we have done it. We have completed another objective on the list, and that was the toughest one yet. Day 100, we're back here at my house, Mine badge in hand. It is time to end off our journey in these 100 days with a nice calm day of fishing. This has just been such a fun journey doing Nuzlocke and all of that. And to those of you who have watched to this point, I really appreciate you for tuning in. We caught ourselves a Magikarp, which we had to take out, and that completes our 100 days. Here is all of our Pokemon that we have spent on this journey. Very grateful to all of them for helping me complete this. We didn't complete all of our goals, which means we will be heading into 200 days and further beyond. So if you're interested in that, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here. And here was our fallen Pokemon. We cannot thank them enough for their contributions. Otherwise, I of course wanted to thank you all so much once again for watching this video, and we will see you all for 200 days.